Let's do that again. I wasn't recording.
Are you serious?
It's Captain Carwash's Cartoon Cavalcade! Now I was recording. Hey, welcome everybody. A special Saturday night show is Captain Carwash's Cartoon Cavalcade.
We hope you've enjoyed the Cartoon Cavalcade tonight.
We do a little bit different program here.
A little
on
of this,
Saturday.
a little of that.
A little different kind of music.
That's the first time I've been on the Captain Carwash show.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
I think so.
You've never been here for a Captain Carwash.
I've seen a few of your cartoons before. I've debated whether I should actually be on this show due to the content of some of the cartoons.
Right. Well, yeah. No, we've played some. Hey, don't. Hey, guys. Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina. Let me tell you something. We have played a few questionable cartoons here on the program in the past, and it's not. There's a lot of racial overtones.
They were banned cartoons.
Yeah, and it was a theme we were doing, and I didn't necessarily agree with any of the.
They're classic in the historical sense.
Sure, in the parlance of their times.
But I'm glad if you come. You said
in the Jack parlance of their times.
Are we doing chips and soda? Are we doing? What are we doing?
It's
am
a separate
am I
kind
bringing
of program.
digs? Am I bringing records? And you said, bring something weird. So I definitely brought something weird.
Yeah, man,
we'll talk about that in a minute.
We use this opportunity to play a lot of records that we wouldn't normally play for the Grown Man Record Night show.
I did a mashup you probably never quite heard anything like before.
Not to mention that we do a lot of genres we don't do, and then of course we play cartoons. I love cartoons. Captain Carwash.
Who's your favorite cartoon character of all time?
Favorite cartoon? I would have to, to be overt, I would have to be Bugs Bunny. I think he's the coolest character actually in fiction, period, in American literature.
Too cool, though. Don't you want him to fail sometimes? And they just don't let him fail.
But he's also a nice guy.
But I want him to fail.
I don't get normally I would be right there with you on that, but for some reason with Bugs Bunny, he can't do no wrong.
Oh, he's a con artist.
He's a con artist. He is a con artist, Jay. He's just perfect. He's the perfect cartoon character in my opinion. How about yourself?
I don't know.
Favorite character?
I don't know.
Like it gets muddled. I have a lot of favorites. Tom and Jerry's your favorite, Jay? Which one?
Tom or Jerry?
Tom or Jerry?
Oh.
Jerry? Which Jerry? There's some lesser characters I love. Foghorn Leghorn.
See, I used to really prefer a lot of the cartoons that were not the mainstream.
I think you get away with more because you don't have to drag this whole thing out.
Yeah.
You can pack it into this character like an Elmer Fudd or a Foghorn Leghorn.
But even when it was like Bugs Bunny and Friends, they would name a lot of the shows. It's the other cartoons that they would play. Like you remember that yellow cat? Not Sylvester. He was black and white. It was a yellow cat. And he was like the main character, but he was kind of a screw up, and he was always trying to get, things like that. I like Screwy Squirrel. I like Droopy. I like Barney the Bear.
Droopy, yeah.
That kind of, which kind of leads me to, do you think you're more of a Chuck Jones or Tex Avery kind of guy?
I'm Chuck Jones.
You're a Chuck Jones?
Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. I really don't know where to fall on that. That's I could go either way on that. That really splits right down the middle when it comes to it. So, but yeah, I had to do a little work last night, so we couldn't do the Grown Man Record Night program. So we come in here with a little Captain Carwash on Saturday, and had a good time, man. We're playing some country records.
Went by where you were working just briefly. I had to get some tickets, and I thought, well, if anybody's watching the news right now, they'll see the two guys from Grown Man Record Night are standing in the back of the room.
If anybody knew, man, they would have known.
Just check the DR. Look it up.
What? So I don't really have anything else to talk about.
College football has officially begun.
Oh yeah, you guys beat.
I have an interesting story. It's not a great story, but so I wanted to watch when it kicked off. It was Thursday, and I really wanted to watch the Appalachian State by the way, it's Appalachian if you don't know, but Appalachian State Tennessee game, because Appalachian State is really good. They have a strong defense. They were like the 7th best defense in the country last year. So you can't take them for granted.
Sure.
And they were winning the game into the 4th quarter before it was tied. They went to overtime. They ended up losing in overtime. You never want to go to overtime if you're the underdog. But I couldn't watch the game because I don't have the SEC network on my AT&T UVerse package. So even
I don't have cable.
Even the ESPN app, which they said you can watch it on the ESPN app. Hey, but you also have to be subscribed to the
Did
SEC.
Tony Danza say that?
No, it wasn't Tony Danza. Stick around. But so I wasn't able to watch the game, so I was pissed off. So, but I was texting with a good buddy, our Bad Benny. He went to App State, and he's a huge fan. And I was just watch Twitter feeds. If you can't follow something, just look at Twitter feeds and looking at the updates, because just about every other series of downs there was some update. But when they were tied, when they went to regulation end of regulation tied, I was like, I want to see this, because if you saw the Michigan State game or the Michigan game in 2007, you want to be there. You want to be able to see it when it happens. And
sure.
I figured App State might have a chance to win this game. So there's a Buffalo Wild Wings about a mile from my house, so I just threw my shoes on. I forgot to put my glasses on. I just jumped in the car and drove down to Buffalo Wild Wings. By the time I got there, Tennessee had scored, and I get there and I get a beer and I order some wings, and by the time that is all said and done, the game's over because App State ended up losing. But that was my little adventure in the first night of college football.
I didn't do any of that.
But Georgia won tonight. I was happy that they beat UNC, because we are in fact in UNC country here, where we are in the studio, and I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear it,
Yeah.
so it was nice to pull out a victory.
Victor.
It was home field advantage, so it's not a neutral ground when you play in the Georgia Dome.
HFA.
What?
Home field advantage.
Okay.
Trying to save you some time.
I'm
That's what abbreviations do for you. They save you time.
That's really all I want to say about the college football season.
Set hut. Boom, 52.
Incredible upsets, too. Somebody. What was the big upset?
Oklahoma lost.
Was it? No, Mississippi State lost to something like Alabama State or something. Some strange.
The Butt Bowl.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we all went bowling last Saturday.
Mm.
So we have and we shot a little video.
Yeah, and I hope the shoot itself didn't distract you from just playing better bowling.
No.
None of us played good bowling. Even our ace in the hole, the curbist,
Yeah.
probably's played a lot better bowling. But it was fun. I had a great time.
Oh yeah, it was big
It
time.
was a Groupon I've had for like
Cold
4
beers
months.
they got over there. You give them money for it, they'll bring them.
Just
bring them
about,
to you.
just about every Saturday morning after the show for Friday night, Grown American Night, I always text like, "Hey, buddies, how about we do some bowling?" Because I had this Groupon, and finally we got around to doing it because we had cameraman in town, and so it was a lot of fun. I had a good time.
Good times.
We're thinking about maybe either expanding this into a more common or more,
Butt weasel type situation.
yeah, or maybe even expanding into bowling, and we were talking about darts tonight, weren't we?
Yeah, Jay told me, he's like, man, you need a dartboard. So I went. I said, I bought one at a Goodwill for $2.
It's a good-looking board.
Yeah, so now we just need
You
to.
gotta put it up.
Losing my voice.
You know, I always, wherever I go, I have this brown leather bag. If you see the brown leather bag, you know I'm around somewhere. And I always carry a set of darts in there.
Real. I remember you telling me that a long time ago when you said it.
I think if I was on that show, Let's Make a Deal,
yeah.
I might do well. It's like, do you have a set of darts? There's a good chance I have whatever the hell he's about to say in my bag.
There's a black guy hosting now.
I have a bag of holding. What?
What? I believe
Obviously, you're not a D&D man.
holding.
D&D.
I want a D&D.
You want to play D&D?
Yeah, I've never played D&D. And at 40, that's what I want to do on my 40th birthday.
On your bucket list, I could get a good dungeon master to come up here.
for my 40th
For
birthday.
your 40th birthday.
I'm 39.
And you're a January man.
Yeah, I'll be 40 in January. So on my birthday, I want to play D&D for the first time, and I want to be an epic quest.
Okay. Let
That's
me
what
talk.
people say.
Let me talk to the dungeon master.
People say that, right? Epic quest.
Actually, nowadays they call him game master, which I think
Game master.
whatever. This is gonna be a dungeon master,
Leon.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, 21st.
All right, I'll pull one graphic out that I'm not supposed to use, but we'll talk about some of the stuff that we played.
Well, that's
here.
not an official Captain Carwash. You've been you stole graphics from another show.
I'm stealing bananas up and coming here and you
But you know,
receiving.
I think you have license to do that.
I have a license to get ill, Steve.
Well,
Come in here
I
on
mean,
a Saturday night.
You're not
I'm losing my
Mikey
voice.
Bananas. You are Raymond. Was it Raymond?
Derek Brady Carwash.
Derek Carwash.
Yeah, Derek Brady Carwash.
I felt like I should come with an alter ego, but I just couldn't figure out what the hell that would be.
Oh no. Said my mic's crackling.
Your mic?
Oh no. I bet it's broken. They're all broken. I'm really losing my voice. You hear all that rumble, grumbling.
That's not good.
So we'll talk about the record albums we played this evening.
Okay.
Like I said, for the Captain Carwash program,
A glass of water?
it's completely gone.
Can I get you a glass of water?
I don't think it's going to help.
Lemon? Water with lemon?
No more trying to talk all those.
Hopefully,
We play a lot of records that we don't normally play, whether that be country
you sound
records
like Berman. Chris Berman.
or Matt Penfield. But we like to play a lot of records that we don't normally play during the week.
Yeah, this different.
I mean, on the normal show. So we play country records, weirdo records, and something maybe you just don't really want to pull out on a grown man record night.
It might annoy some of the audience.
Yeah, it's not something we.
Whatever.
Talk about this. This is my first one. This signifies kind of the Captain Carwash flavor. Do this while I get something to drink.
Well, this actually you would play on a grown man record night.
No, I would.
You have played. This is old me and Chet, which is Jerry Reed and
You're
Chet
my
Atkins.
voice.
Chet Atkins is
my
a
voice.
hero of Jerry Reed. And they got together on a few projects, and this is one. And great cover with Jerry with his little tiny acoustic, and Chet Atkins rowing the boat.
He's rolling the whole damn thing.
And there's a sepia tone version on the back. But great album. I'm sure Jerry Reed had a boner playing just the fact that he's playing with Chet Atkins. You know, Chet Atkins is
Oh, absolutely.
Mark Knopfler's hero, as well as many other guitarists. But those that have that picking style, is definitely Chet
And
Atkins.
that's such a special album. I mean, in general, that's just crazy business.
CB.
CB, holy shit, man! What are we gonna do? This is not a bit.
This is real.
I'm gonna have to rely on you a lot for this. 'Cause
I hope not, because I don't even know what these are.
No, I pulled a lot of random
Tell
stuff
me about
out,
this
man.
Vangelis. I like the album cover. It's
Oh, it's a
awesome.
terrific cover, and it's
Look at
actually
this phono jack. These are my favorite guitar chords. The ones with the
Oh, that's
kind
old school, yeah.
I've got one that's like that, and I just love it because it retracts and it lays down well. It's got a lot of weight to it. But it's called Vangelis Spiral.
yeah, it's later, and it
You're later.
no, not stupid later, but he played side 2 tonight.
I hope that music's not too loud of a mix.
Is that too loud, guys?
I don't know.
It seems like so. But
This is from 1977.
it's not too late.
jealous.
But I will say we played side 2 tonight, and side 1 is the money side for sure.
Oh,
it was
is
a
it?
lot better. This had a couple of slower jams and some cool synth stuff on there, but the first side was crazy good. Holy shit, folks. I apologize about my voice. This is just terrible business. But yeah, and this is something else I pulled out of the section. I've been reshelving a lot of records here recently. And pulled out this, it's the Beat Street original motion picture soundtrack. We played side 2 tonight. Beat Street Strut, Us Girls, Whiskey Through the Night, Record Revenge, and Tucarina, which is the slow jam that made me get off it. It's just in a profile jacket, so ain't really nothing much to show on that mug right there. But yeah, man, this is something that had been tucked away. A bunch of records I should have been putting back as I played them, but they piled up down here, as you guys have probably seen down front. You can set it down or whatever. It's just in a profile jacket. Ain't really nothing much to talk about over there, man.
I'm gonna move up just so I don't have to get up all the time.
Yeah. Would Jay leave?
Probably. I don't know.
Jay.
Who does that?
Or maybe he's got a game going.
He's got things to do.
All right, so
I'm glad we could share the time we had with him.
absolutely. And you know, Bananas had mentioned he had this Dig of the Week a few weeks ago from Merle Haggard, Big City. And I said, well,
I'm glad you played Merle. I was going to play some Merle. I brought a Merle, but I'm glad you
played
put on
side
some
2.
Merle.
We'd already played side 1.
Big
on
Sky Country.
the record night program. We played side 1, but Captain Carwash, that's a Captain Carwash. That's got it written all over it in the imaginary marker. It's got Captain Carwash written all
That's
over
a
it.
terrible photo they put behind him.
It's
Like,
a perfect photo. You know why? Because he got a hashtag, denim, dick.
hey, you know,
hashtag
I've got my tally looks a
denim,
lot.
dick.
My tally looks a lot like that one.
I
right
want to
there.
recreate that photo. Because the hashtag, denim, dick. That's what I'm saying, man. It's the best. Hey, I needed to come out of, at this point we played our first cartoon of the evening. And what a classic cartoon we played. I think it was before you got here, Steve. We played a corny concerto. One of the classic kind of Merry Melody cartoons.
Oh, cartoon.
Yeah, it came from a couple of things they did. It's got a lot of the music shit in there.
Did it have Merry Melodies? Was that Raymond?
Yeah, but not in this one. Let's see, the music in this is
Raymond
Carl
Scott.
Stalling, Milt Franklin,
Okay.
and Johann Strauss.
Let me look at this.
Because it's one of the ones kind of built around
We
the
probably don't have to talk about him. So.
built around the damn classical music shit. And it's one of my favorites.
What the hell did you play?
Great little Merry Melodies jam, and came out of that. And I needed a record to switch over with, so I pulled out a 40. I forgot I had this till I was putting these records away. 45 of Genesis Invisible Touch, and this thing sounds phenomenal. When I put this on, I had to turn all the levels and everything down.
Yeah.
That thing's EQ'd through
So
the
high end.
freaking roof, man. It sounds great.
Oh,
but
does
the
it?
volume, it's mixed really high, and I noticed.
So many 80s albums do that, though.
Well, and it's a 45. I'm so
yeah.
used to hearing that on the LP. When I played it on the 45, it damn near melted my freaking face off.
On Atlantic.
Oh my God! Oh no! Oh my God! Oh no! And then I used that to get to the record that I really wanted to play. I've been thinking about this for a car wash program all week because I think about a lot of.
Did you play a video behind it or something?
No, but I think a lot of. When I think car wash records, I not only think like country stuff, but weird stuff.
More ambient.
I've not played this in a while. It's Brian Eno's Before and After Science.
Wow.
And that at the time was the most I'd ever paid for a record album in a used music store. That thing.
77, I think.
Yeah, thanks. The year I was born. You're exactly right.
EG Records, which you'll find a lot of your favorite King Crimson records, maybe
That's
EG
right.
as well, or at least reissued on EG. I got an EG record recently.
I wanted this. I'm drinking this Goose Island Pills, and it's pretty dry.
Yeah? Is that what's doing it to your throat?
It's hoppy and dry.
We
Plus
did a
those-
lemon shot?
We did a lemon shot.
Did that dry you out?
Yeah, it may have. It kind of seems to be coming back a little bit right there.
Okay. You know,
Look at that.
water might be a good thing you should drink.
I don't drink water when I'm on vacation. Hey, I'm off for till Thursday.
You are?
That's why I decided to do a Saturday night program, to be honest with you, because normally that's a little special time when I don't have a bunch of assholes over at the house. But yeah, I'm gonna be off till Thursday, so
Okay.
I think petrified lime.
I thought it was a pretzel.
No.
Huh?
Another stalwart in the Captain Carwash repertoire.
Country music.
Repertoire, but not just country music, but good country. I'd even planned on playing some shitty country music tonight, Steve. You know what I was going to do? I was going to pull out a damn Alabama record and play it tonight.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't.
I hate them, but I wanted to
Hate 'em.
play it just so I could talk about it,
Feels
so I could
so
tell you how
right.
much bad they suck.
We should destroy one record every show.
I don't
Just
know
with
about-
your samurai sword, right on the ear. Just slice it in half. You can start with Alabama.
But I played this great Johnny Cash compilation. We play it every time we do a Captain Car Wash program.
Great Johnny Cash.
It's a great,
Ain't
it's a
nothing to
great
see here,
compilation.
Columbia Star Series presents The Heart of Johnny Cash.
And I can't remember what year that comes out, but I mean, look at,
That heart's probably beating at 100.
bust out a couple of those songs on
180
there.
beats per minute.
Tell me
Is it-
what's,
Because of the amphetamines he's on.
oh yeah, absolutely. Countryman on a.
Hey, you got
amphetamine.
that Sunday morning, you got that on here?
It's not on that one.
Oh, I cannot. Every compilation, it's not on his compilation.
That's the same problem I had with Hank Williams finding
Because that Sunday
Long
morning
Gone Lonesome
coming down
Blues.
is one of the greatest songs ever.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's an amphetamine song.
Don't take your guns to town. Sons of Katie Elder. Which side did you play?
Oh, I
You
can't
don't
remember.
even know. I
One of
walked the line.
Walk the Lines on there.
Was
Folsom Prison Blues is on there.
Yeah,
I didn't play
it's
any
a
of
great
those.
compilation.
Yeah. It's got most of the stuff you want,
Locomotive Man.
but not.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I put that children's
I think
album
I
on.
arrived about now. I saw Cash was on the table, and you played a cartoon after that.
I play after the Cash. I play the
You
cartoon.
did. You sure did.
What I played was one of the Fractured Fairy Tales.
Oh, that's right.
And now that's
Now
one of
those are some of my favorite cartoons from back in the day.
they really
They're
are.
so clever.
And I will say it's some of the bluest writing.
Who's the animator on that?
Well, it comes from the series of cartoons from the Bullwinkle and Friends segment. So you had Bullwinkle
What
and
was that? It had the globe.
Dudley
had
Do-Right,
the circular thing with the.
World something.
Yeah.
But you had Dudley Do-Right, Peabody, Aesop and Son, which I also really
Aesop
like.
and Son?
It's very similar to Fractured Fairy Tales and Bullwinkle's Corner. All those little the things. Let's see who did these now. Presented familiar fairy tales and children's stories, but with altered storylines and modernized for humorous effects. Segments was narrated by Edward Everett Horton. You know
Ed
that
Horton.
guy?
Edward
No, no.
Everett Horton.
June Forey, Bill Scott, Paul Frees, and an uncredited Dawes Butler often supplied the voices. If you know, but there's that one voice on there. If you watch,
Look what I tried to put in the search bar.
I don't know what that means. Now, you ever watch Dennis the Menace?
Yeah.
You remember Mr. Wilson's uncle that was an old man but a physical fitness freak?
Who?
Mr. Wilson, right?
Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
Me and these ladies, we got down.
No. Different Mr. Wilson. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know his uncle. I know who Mr. Wilson
He was a
is.
real. He's the voice of Fractured Fairy Tales.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
I never could put names.
I don't know what his name is.
Names
They listed
to-
all those here.
That guy's voice and
Let's see what the name of
the
that
guy who
company was.
does, you always see him in old shows, the guy who did Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
He had that very soft voice.
Christopher Robin.
What?
Created by Jay Ward. Jay Ward is the big one. He did Bullwinkle. But there's that whole group of folks there. I can't remember who. I'm messing all this up. I'm messing it up. But anyhow, you get the idea. Love that series of cartoons. Like I said, and I love Rocky and Bullwinkle, but just like we were talking about earlier, I always like the other cartoons in the series. Pink Panther, I'm a huge Pink Panther fan, right?
Yeah.
But the Inspector...
You're right. He portrayed the character Uncle Ned in 3 episodes
Uncle Ned, yeah.
of Dennis the Menace.
What's his name?
Edward Horton.
Oh, there we go.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Your knowledge scares me.
You know. What the hell was I talking about?
I don't know.
Soup? Somebody said something about soup earlier.
No.
All right.
So then after the cartoon, Fractured
came
Fairy
back.
Tales, we came
Play
back.
something. Hey, when you go, and I was like, well, you know, we can slip in and play a little rock band here and there.
We have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Hey,
no
but when
reason
you're
it's off the
talking,
table.
when you're talking a theme of like weirdo shit and cartoons, what kind of vibes better in the rock industry than Kiss? Kiss is basically a cartoon version of a rock band.
Okay.
Good band, they do their thing.
This
and,
is Kiss Alive 1, I believe.
Yeah.
And you guys played side 4, Rock Bottom Cold Gin, Rock and Roll All Night, and Let Me Go Rock and Roll, which had that crazy Gene Simmons bass solo.
Do.
And Curtis had assumed that he was probably had one hand free and was like doing something with his free hand,
All right.
wagging his tongue.
Yeah. But
I can appreciate Kiss.
oh, I used to hate them. I hated the shit out of them, and now I love it. I just, even though I'm listening to it going musically, this is absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Not garbage, but even with 3 notes, you can write some shit that sticks with people and rings a chord.
Yeah.
So it's not
It's
garbage.
catchy.
But that's how I thought for a long time.
I really like the early Kiss, the Wicked Lester stuff, if you can
Oh,
find
yeah.
it. It's really decent to listen to. It's a little more psychedelic in a weird way.
You know what I like, Steve?
What?
Vietnamese women.
Okay. I hear you.
No, I'm just kidding on that. But still, I really like Chelsea Handler. I watched her
Chelsea?
talk show.
Yeah. She's doing something weird now. She's traveling the world and doing stuff.
Funny lady.
It's funny to
Good-looking older
throw
lady.
people around the world.
She's a good-looking older lady.
Hey, man. Oh, so I decided, because I was like, well, what, should I bring some digs? Or what? And you're like, no, bring something weird. So I was like, well, I've really been wanting to play this Kojak record.
Yeah.
Which is, this is funny to me because, like, who's the target market here? Because these albums came out and they're like storybook albums.
Yeah, those are
They
classics.
tell some stories, and there's a couple.
the cable.
There's just like there's a Star Trek one I think that my friend Jack has. And,
Get your foot off the cable.
sorry, black and white.
No, you're good.
And so it's got a great story, a good Kojak, but it's not Telly Savalas and Company. It's some dudes doing the. But I thought, what better way to present it than mash it up? So this is that was Kojak telling the story of the 5-star
That
final.
was crazy. That whole setup.
Peter Pan record.
Kind of recorded that, so maybe we'll throw that up on the website.
But I
Speaking of
decided
which-
a better way to play it was to mix,
Oh, yeah, you didn't
to
talk
mash
about
it
that.
up, and I mashed it up with this album that is another thing that I really don't feel is appropriate for Grown Man Record Night because it's a little just too out there. It might be for later at 2 a.m. when we're trying to decide whether we will still be on the air or go to sleep. But this is a Don Preston album I picked up. I think it came out on Record Store Day. I'm not sure. It doesn't say RST on it, but it's a recent release, Sub Rosa Records, but it's called Filters, Oscillators, and Envelopes, and that was enough of a title to perk my interest. From 1967 to 75, Don Preston was the keyboardist for the Mothers of Invention, and this is some stuff that he had just laid down, some tracks he didn't release, noises and just sounds he made with his keyboards and his oscillators. It's probably in his Moog, you know. It's very right up the alley of synthesizers. And it's orange vinyl. It's kind of neat. And
Yeah, it was great.
I love to put it on just, you know.
I love it, dude. I can listen to random ridiculousness.
But it was a funny thing to mash up the two of them.
Yeah. And I've
I
always
enjoyed
been the
it.
guy
I'm
that
sure
loved
it annoyed
the
you,
noise
but-
record or the weird ambient record, but I want to hear it at like 2 in the afternoon. And I don't have to be loaded or stoned or anything to hear it, you know. I mean, it's like
Right.
2 in the afternoon, an ambient record or even a weird noise avant-garde type record, I'm all about it. I think it enhances the afternoon.
The next thing we played because we're missing probably a really good show.
Before you get to that,
Okay.
let me jump in here because DJ Thunder actually called me out on it.
Oh.
I was going to use that. When you did that little mashup, I actually hit record, and I did a little choppy there. So that little mashup, maybe I'll throw that little clip up on the website.
Okay.
It's a cool little mix.
Just as a whatever.
That's a cool little mix, and we can do that.
It'd be cool
So
to-
maybe I'll do
To
that.
lay something over the top of it.
And if you need that website address, I'm gonna make a graphic or something. But
This
go
is
visit.
the Grown Man Record Night website?
Yeah, yeah, we're actually-
Our partners
Absolutely.
across in Studio B.
We're in that network. So all that information will be on the Grown Man Record Night website. You can
Okay.
visit that and get all the links for websites and where they put their damn
Now, if you're
shows and
just a
YouTube.
diehard Captain Carwash fan, you've been watching
Yeah.
all the episodes that come out,
Right.
and you're wondering right now in your life, what is he talking about? What is Grown Man Record Night? What would you say in 5 words Grown Man Record Night is?
Cabbage flavored acid bitch shit.
Okay,
That's the 5 words you get.
that's the ones I was thinking I might get.
Cabbage flavored acid bitch shit. You're all to the side.
I
and
know.
nonchalant
We're
about
still
it.
showing
No,
it.
no, but it's so nonchalant.
We're still showing records, and I'm not worried about it.
You're nonchalant. I'm worried about the amount of nonchalantness you're showing.
Nonchalant. Gene Chalant.
I like some shallots on my salad.
So
What's that about? You pulled it out of my stack.
I pulled it out of your stack because I said I wanted to bring Ramsey Lewis over here because I think he's playing just down, or he was playing, just down the
Yeah.
street at the park.
A couple hours ago,
Last
like
year
a few
we
miles
saw
from here.
Last year we saw a great show.
Marcus Miller.
Oh, that was amazing.
Woo! Marcus
It's
Miller.
what it
baby.
is. It's the John Coltrane Blues and Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
And this year, Ramsey Lewis is performing. He's performing with a jazz singer, some woman, I don't know, I can't remember who it was. There are some other performers,
Horace Leachman, I believe.
other
her name is.
amazing performers, but last year we were able to abscond some tickets. This year, what didn't happen. So it didn't happen for us, but
I walked out on
I,
David Sanborn.
I still wanted to play. That was actually pretty good.
You liked Sanborn?
No, but
No.
that was a good show.
I'm glad I saw it, but then at some point, it was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, but it was good. I tell you that Mike, what was his name? The bass player?
Marcus Miller.
Marcus Miller.
I pointed at me because
That was, I was blown away by that.
yeah, that was.
He also played the bass clarinet. But anyway, Ramsey Lewis is performing tonight, and I wanted to play some Ramsey. This is a pretty funky album. It's
He should be over in the studio with us.
This is good.
And he's not.
Don't It Feel Good? Ramsey Lewis from
I don't know, don't it?
1975 on CBS. Ah, yeah.
You know, to me, there's no better pleasure in the early morning than a cup of black coffee and a original cake donut.
Original cake. You dip it? You dip your donut?
Not really. I do a swig and a bite. I have dipped in the past. I'm a dunker, but I like to do that with cookies, more specifically.
I like a cake donut. I like the blueberry cake.
Blueberry cake is my favorite, but that's still got a lot of sugar in it. But if you do it
Oh,
like
hell
regular,
yeah, it's got a lot of sugar.
regular old,
Well, I think I like it.
regular old.
I also like I like a good apple fritter, and I'm pissed when I don't get a good one. 'Cause, that's one thing that can go from amazing and blow your mind to just
Remind me to show you an internet video.
piss you off.
I got to show you an internet video.
Not
Not right now. Saw this. I think Chris from Dixieland Forum got this as VCLT or talked about it, and I remembered, hey, I have this record. That'd be a great record to play on Captain Carwash's
The funny thing is, you
Cavalcade.
put that on, and I instantly recognized the song because it was a hit. It was a one-hit wonder
Yeah.
from '79.
Steve
maybe?
Forbert, Jackrabbit Slim.
Steve Forbert, and the song is Romeo's tune. And it's one of those catchy little songs you get in your head, although I can't remember how it goes right now.
Yeah. This
I was
was
like,
pretty
I know this
good.
song.
It's a pretty good
But I
record.
thought it was a cover. I was like, I wonder. But he wrote it, but I'm like, I wonder who performed it. But then I looked it up. It was on this album.
That's a
that-
great
that I've
example
heard.
of the type of record. From the very infancy of listening to records over here in this space, me and Cameron would get together Friday night. Before we did the show, Friday night was very much like uplifting. You don't want to let it go down, and just like funk, and whether it was funk or jazz or rock or whatever, but you wanted it to be just up
Right,
here
right,
the whole time, because you'd fall asleep if it wasn't. Saturday night was the time we'd sit around, sip us a little whiskey, listen to some country, some other records that we wouldn't normally listen to because it may get a little slower or whatever. That's a good record. That Steve Forbert is a great record. Never played on Grown Man Record Night. I just wouldn't.
No.
But enjoyed it this evening. I'll be honest with you, Steve. It wasn't the low point of my evening. Low point was when I was trying to use a restroom, and it took in an inordinate amount of time.
You got your voice back.
I did.
What happened?
I don't know. I went down the crossroads and made a deal with the devil.
I think it's a lemon.
And he gave
I
me
think it's the
this-
lemon because the lemon's worn off now.
And in trade, he gave me this silky regular voice.
We did one more album, and
did.
it's
Tell me
the
about this
same
business.
kind of thing. I wouldn't play it on Grown Man Record Night.
Yeah.
But this is a band called the Bears, and it's from 79, 80,
79.
maybe.
I think you told me.
Anyway, it's a band out of Cincinnati.
Get off the cable.
Sorry, a band out of Cincinnati, and someone did a really cool job.
Job.
I don't know who it is, but he looks like the guy who does Mad Magazine art. But
Yeah,
if you,
that's some cool-
if
that's
you
some
look,
cool art.
look at the members of the band, you're kind of fixated to see this guy, because this is Adrian Belew. This is a band that he was with out of Cincinnati. Right after he was in the first time through with King Crimson.
What was his?
He produced the album with the other guy. The other guys were in a band called the Raisins, and he produced their album, and then he was discovered by Frank Zappa. And,
It's gonna be too much of a.
but then he came back and he got with these
Where did he
guys.
start?
Who?
Where Adrian Blue? Like, where did he make his entrance, so to speak?
Well, like I said, he played with some local bands in the Cincinnati area, and
From that, he got King Crimson.
he got discovered by Frank Zappa.
Okay.
And then he went to play with Frank Zappa and of course, got discovered and played with a bunch of other folks.
Huh.
And ended up landing with King Crimson.
So it was all Zappa.
Oh yeah, Frank just discovered him basically.
I don't know that I knew that.
Baby Snakes.
Baby snakes. See, there's the voice.
There you go.
See that?
We're back.
No, see, here you go.
So, have we got anything else to talk about or do? I think we got a saucier thing to do, don't we?
No, we do, and we're not. Did you bring Diggs? No, Diggs?
I didn't bring Diggs.
No, it's cool.
This isn't a place where I want to talk about that.
No, absolutely.
But I got
And
some bangers. I'll do a tease, a deep tease.
It's more about what we played this evening. I do have one thing I want to talk
I
about.
got a couple of
that
really
I scored.
great albums yesterday.
Nice.
I might bring them next show.
Okay. So
One
watch out for
one of them's
us.
a prog record that I didn't think I would ever get a hold of.
Oh, get out of here now. You can catch that next Friday night on the
That's all
Grown
I'm
Man
gonna
Record Night
say.
show.
Chew on that.
Hopefully.
Chew on that for a week.
Hopefully you can. It's a little soon to be cashing that check, but hopefully next Friday.
I wouldn't talk too soon about it.
No, Sausalito, California, you're on the air.
Your toilet has rhythm.
Sausalito, you're live on the
Your
air.
toilet has
Go
rhythm.
ahead.
Is the caller still there?
Caller, you with us, Sausalito, California. You're live on the air with Captain Carwash and Derek. All right. Shit, hell.
I'm Derek.
What was the last thing No, I think I'm supposed to be both of them. No, check this out though. We'll get. I'll do this right
What are you gonna
now. A big part of what we do here on all the programs, it's all about getting out and, for me,
do? Involvement.
community involvement, enriching the community. No, I'm talking about going to Goodwills and going to as many Goodwills and Salvation Army thrift stores and shit like that on the regular day. And now I've developed this problem where I not only do that for records, because records got kind of scarce, I do that for video games. And video games is pretty scarce in the same way, and I pick up a lot of
You
great.
gonna talk about that tonight?
Yeah, I get a lot of great PlayStation 2 games and stuff that may be worth a lot of money and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I pick stuff. The occasion-
You'll buy a game and you don't have a system for it, and you'll buy a system.
Sometimes.
You don't have a game for it.
Yeah,
You got so many games
I've
without
done-
systems and systems without games.
I've done that, and I've got quite the collection, and it's cool. But this week I hit the mother load at a local Goodwill that is busy all the time. So this must have just came out. So I just want to share it with you folks. And Captain Carwash is the best place to do this because it's I've talked about video games on Grown Man Record Night before, but I feel like it's a little it can get a little too convoluted if you do that all the time, because I buy a lot of games too. So I don't want to do that. But tonight, y'all motherfuckers gonna hear about it. And this is what I got. Check it out. Yeah, look at this shit now. I scored a Super Nintendo that was kind of yellowed, but works. Had
Isn't
the
it supposed to be that color?
no man.
It's not like a gold version.
No way. No,
Really?
that's straight. Just
Pretty solid yellow though.
yeah. That's a known thing. That
It turns that color.
put it in a box. You put it in the attic. That's what happens. It's because of the the retardant that you put on the outside to make sure it won't catch on fire. But yeah, check it out. I got a Super Nintendo. I got the Super Advantage joystick.
I've never seen
Two
that
controllers, the hookups,
The hookups.
you know, the RF
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
the power adapters, all that. It all worked. I also got Street Fighter 2 Alpha and Miss Mickey Magical Quest.
I want to play that. I've never played that.
Both of them are great games.
We've had my Super NES over here.
Yeah.
Till now.
And most importantly, out
Most
of all of
important.
this,
Most important.
this whole lot was 44 bucks.
Sad thing is we won't ever get to play it.
No, but this whole lot was 44 bucks. But over here in the corner,
44.
this sealed copy of Star Fox, sealed, and I've seen this online now
Is your door locked?
from
Your door needs
Yeah.
to be locked.
from about 200 bucks.
Is your gun loaded?
I've seen one all the way up to 999 bucks.
Really?
It was graded and all that stuff. So that's a little much. That's the stupid end of it. But 200 bucks is not out of the question for that at all. 250.
Sealed Star Fox.
Yeah. It really is. Can't believe I found that, because those type deals on video games, that's like being like, oh, I went into a thrift store and I found all these Beatles and Led Zeppelin albums. It's
Right.
like, it can still happen nowadays, but probably not.
Right.
Same situation. The whole day of like, oh, I went into the store. They had all these NES games in like 4 boxes, and I said, hey, I'll give you $20 for all 200 of them. And they were like, sure. Yeah, that happened before. Doesn't happen now.
Right.
You know, it's a known thing, like baseball cards or whatever, that things are worth money. So that being said, that's the biggest video game score I've ever had. But, dude, I beat Street Fighter 2 today. Beat it. And been in there playing and joysticking. He-in and she-in with the joystick. Oh, yeah.
What game system?
For the Super Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All day
Did you
long.
use the big gamepad?
For Street Fighter.
You did.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Did it help?
It's got the turbos. You throw up the leg or the
Oh,
arm.
the leg. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. Hadouken! Hadouken! Yeah, that's the Hadouken. Or
Well,
whatever.
good for you.
Yeah, it's a good time. So we're gonna play some of the Super Nintendo here in a few minutes.
I went to a water park.
Got wet on
It was
it.
fun.
What were we doing?
I think we're gonna do some chips.
Oh yeah.
We're not.
You know,
No, not chips.
we're not gonna do chips
We don't do that on this show.
necessarily.
That's bullshit.
We're not gonna do sodas
No way.
necessarily.
No.
What we're gonna do is a segment recommended to us by Bad Benny a long time ago.
It
I
is.
think we may have done a version of this.
I think we did something. But this is
I think
official.
I did this the last time I did a Captain Carwash,
It's official.
but tonight we're doing it again.
We're gonna own it. Sorry.
I don't have a graphic, so you guys will just have to write this down. Write it down and do a dot matrix and send it to us. Anybody got a dot matrix printer they want to get rid of? I'll give you too much money for it because I drink a lot. So if you catch me at the right time of the day, I'll pay you too much money for a dot matrix printer. We're going to do a segment called Sprechen Sie Sauce.
Sprechen Sie Sauce.
So in this, we're going to highlight
A sauce.
a sauce. And Steve brought a sauce.
I brought a sauce, and I brought my favorite hot sauce, and I thought you should pull out your favorite sauce,
I don't know if I got one.
and we could talk about them, and then we can maybe mix them.
Oh, that sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got yours?
Your mom's dip.
I didn't bring the dip. You got a dip?
The sauce and the dip are sitting right next to each other.
Okay. Tell them a
Well,
story.
I say it's a dip. It's a barbecue sauce, but
Do we have the chip in there?
in North Carolina barbecue sauce is a dip. It is
Well-
a very thin, vinegary sauce.
Yeah, it's what we put on
But
our
I
meat.
call it barbecue dip.
And there's a lot of different versions around here, folks. But
There's a place called Little Richard's
yeah,
that makes an incredible dip.
this is Speedy's.
Oh, Speedy's. I'm sorry.
But Little Richard's.
Little
is
Richard's, it's-
great dip. But my family, just like if you're Burger King, McDonald's, Ford, Chevy kind of family. My mom's a big, or our whole family's big Speedy's fans in Lexington, North Carolina. And my mom took their dip and replicated it and tried many different batches.
She got it.
Until she hit it.
She got it.
She knocked it out of the park. So this is homemade right here. Oh, and it's just a beautiful thing.
I wish we had smell-o-vision.
And so we're gonna combine. Well, let's do a single
So let's do a single.
of my mom's dip.
Your mom's dip. This is Santitas, by the way. $2 only. Of course, you can't raise.
Always and
raise
never.
the spoonful.
It's always and never.
So we're just dipping the chip in the Santitas, or the Santitas in the dip.
That's just stupid. That's so good. It's stupid.
It's not a dip, as you would think of the
No.
dip, like French onion dip.
We should hold that up. But it's watery.
Real watery.
Yeah, yeah. As thin gets.
It's good for soaking a
Penetrates that
pork,
meat.
a pork butt.
Penetrates that meat, baby. So yeah, my mom has nailed this out of the park, and it's as good, if not better, than Speedy's. It ain't no worse.
So clear your palate. Where's your
Yeah, and you
where's your-
brought
where's your beer?
I don't have a beer. I'll get a beer. You need a beer? You brought your favorite.
So I brought my favorite hot sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is the salsa picante de chile habanero by El Yucateco. Now you'll see these. I
On
don't
the
know.
Yucatan.
I don't know if you'll see these in your local Mexican restaurant, but there's always like a red sauce and a green.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot, and I think I've owned a bottle of that, but I don't remember it at all.
It's just enough hot,
Really?
and it's a habanero.
Because
So let's do a single on that before we.
Yeah.
Now you're not going to want much on there.
so it's that hot.
Yeah, it's that hot.
But I will say habanero is my favorite pepper flavor. By far. This is pretty readily available.
Yeah,
right?
that's probably all you want to put on there.
Oh,
Okay.
a little too much. Should I split that up?
I think mixing the two of these is going to be incredible. What I want to do is get a little mix cup. So you talk on that for just a second. Let me prepare it.
You know what? I had to go shoot football last night. Somebody asked me how it was. And I said, this man took his football and threw it at this other man as hard as he could. And the other fella took it and run off with it. And I don't appreciate that. I don't think it was right. I still don't think it was right. Woo, that's hot now. But he threw it at that one fella just hard as he could. He reared back. Looked like he was mad at him and threw it at him hard. And he took off he took off like a Jackrabbit Slim by Steve Forbert. That's hot, Steve.
Hell yeah, it's hot. That's why I like it.
My Dookie's gonna taste like yesterday.
It's a hot sauce. It's a habanero. It's a true habanero.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, mess around with any other fruit flavors. And, my favorite Buffalo Wild Wings is the mango habanero. But I know there's a lot of fucking just syrup in there.
Sure.
So let's do this
Oh.
now.
Oh boy.
Let's do this. I'm
That
gonna
is.
mix these two.
That was too hot for me.
Too hot for you? Come on now. You got something to drink?
Yeah.
Hold on. I think this is going to be incredibly good.
How hot is it? Dave wants to know. It's so hot. It's so hot. When Hillary Clinton held it to her,
Vagina. Continue.
I was going to say Cat 5 cable. Held it to her Cat 5 cable, it erased her emails.
So try that.
Okay. What do you think about my mouth's still burning from the other?
It'll still burn.
Do you like the way it tastes though?
Yeah, I do.
And this is, dude, I was like, oh,
I'll get it.
lost ship. When I was a little kid, I took, the first sauce I ever combined like this. I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I took Heinz 57
Yeah.
and A1
Okay.
and Cavender's Greek seasoning.
Cavender's?
Yeah. You know the Greek seasoning?
Mm-mm.
What? You've never had Greek seasoning?
I've had Greek seasoning, but I know it was Cavender's.
That brand that's got the chef guy on it?
Oh, yeah.
I mixed those in a little paper cup. There's 2 sauces in that spice. And it was like my mom was going like, "Oh, that's cute. You made a sauce."
I
And
think
I'm like,
I still put too much. I put too much habanero in there.
but I was like, "Oh,
But
here,
this is good.
here, try it, Mom." And I was all like a little kid, and she was like, "Oh, that's cute." And she dipped it in there, and she was like, "Oh, ma." And ever since then, I've been
Think about this
combining
over
sauces.
your pork barbecue
or baked potato.
or whatever.
Now over some barbecue.
Yeah. Like a hot barbecue, like a
Yeah,
solid hot barbecue. That's some
Yeah.
shit right there.
that's good.
Check it out. Take your habanero, throw it in some barbecue dip.
Man, that's not bad at all.
You saw it on Spreckensy sauce.
You saw it first on Spreckensy sauce. You may see it second somewhere else, but the first time you saw it was when us assholes was talking about it from before. Did you
Spreckensy
hear us?
sauce. September 3rd,
September-
2016.
September 11th.
Dude, it's not September.
Never
11th. Next Sunday. Next Sunday.
Is it a coincidence that now September 11th is going to fall on a
15
day
years.
that you go to church?
No,
Is that a coincidence?
not at all.
Conspiracy, bro. Because it used to only fall on Tuesdays. Now it's church
Only
day.
falls on Tuesday.
Now it's church
How the hell
day.
does this only fall on Tuesday?
You know why?
Wow.
Alex Jones. That's why. That's all I'm
You
saying.
see,
about it.
who was it that got on Alex Jones on the?
Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan.
No, it was
Seriously, he was on there.
Steve Brule, was it? Or no?
Joe Rogan's been on there, and Joey Diaz.
Your man late night.
Jimmy Fallon.
The other guy, CBS.
Kirk Cousins.
That's it.
Football. All right. Thanks for joining us for the Captain Carwash program. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Was it a good show?
We go. We had a good time. And anytime we come up here for a Saturday night program, we'll do it damn again.
Damn, car wash.
Woo! All right. I thought I was being funny. That stinks. I thought it was going to be funny. That ain't funny at all. Ain't nothing funny about that. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to go visit our new website. And you can find that by going to the Grown Men Record Night Facebook page and watch all the old shows and shit that they be putting out every week.
It's nice to mix it up some of them.
They be doing stuff. They be putting stuff on the internet. Who cares? Who cares? So anyhow, Steve Fever, I'm Captain Carwash. We're going to watch this cartoon and get back to a little music. So we appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time.
How many cartoons you got?
I got some more. Let's watch some of them.